Tough game. Knew it was going to be a tough game coming in here. Playing the number one team in the country. Proud of the guys' effort, but we don't accept moral victories. You know, if we played as hard all year, we would be 3-1 right now instead of 1-3. So we have something to build on. The positive side of it is you got an opportunity to see what number one looks like in person, and have an opportunity to have some film to be able to, measure ourselves and continue to get better as we go.
More questions?
You had asked for a fight, and it seems like you got your. I mean, is that what you want? I mean, I know the loss is the paramount.
Mhm.
You just said we don't accept moral victories, but is that sort of the blueprint now? When you show, put it on film, and say this is exactly what I want.
Exactly. I told those guys we can't go back. We can't go away from this. If you play this hard for the rest of the year, you could go undefeated until the NCAA tournament. You could, because they force you to play that way, and we have to have the standard high, just like theirs are. You know they're going to be a well-oiled machine. The bigs are going to keep pressure on the rim on the offensive end and defensive end. The guards are going to run the pick and roll and find people. It's just a perfect blueprint of how it's supposed to be done. So we have film battling those guys in those situations. So no coming back from this. I mean, you can't go backwards.
Penny, how'd you get that out of them? Like, you've been asking, like Mr. Jason just said, for that since October, right? And y'all just went, toe-to-toe and really fought against the number one team in the country, a physical team, too.
Yeah, I think it was the UNLV loss, to be very honest with you. That was very embarrassing. We didn't have the effort that we needed, and we just spiraled at that point that every game that we go into, it's going to be all about heart and effort. That's what we are in the city, the grit and grind. Tonight you saw grit and grind. That's the Memphis team that we're used to and that we want to see. The team last year set the standard, and this team has to carry that torch.
It's like 7:54 left of the game. You're up one, I think, or one or two, and whatever happened. What do you think happened?
Clough knocked Bradshaw to the ground, and Bradshaw got up and responded to it, which we've been trying to tell guys that's what they have the cameras for, and not to respond. And the second guy got caught. They called a technical on Aaron and didn't call a foul or a technical on, I don't know if they call a foul on Clough or not. They didn't call anything. And then they shoot 2 free throws and take the lead.
Is clear as day that's the turning point?
That is a big turning point in the game. And I always tell these guys, don't take the game out of my hands with technicals because we still have so much time in the game. You gotta have the composure of a champion, and we're still learning how to do that. So at the end of the day, he understands now, and this is all building towards who we're going to be. And we just have to keep learning.
Speaking about kind of the future and who you're going to be, you're shorthanded today, no Scylla, and obviously no Hassan Abdul-Hakim still. Just with what you saw today, coupled with that, and Tyreek Ingram still getting in shape and whatever it may be, how much optimism does that give you about what this team can be at full strength?
Yeah, a lot. We understood that this was a good roster. We're still plugging away. I mean, having 15 new players is not an excuse. We're never making that excuse. We just have to keep getting better and better every single day and give this team time to kind of gel and learn how to win. And playing these type of games are going to get us there faster.
And is there an update on Hassan, and why was Tierno, like both those guys? Can you?
Hassan was ill, and Tierno just, personal problems. And we'll get a chance to see him when we get back.
And for Hassan, like aside from the illness, he's the quad bruises healthy. He's healthy to ready to go.
He was actually expected to play here and then got ill, which is unfortunate, but we'll be happy to see him back on the floor as well.
Zach Davis, you shook things up tonight. Putting AB back in the starting lineup, giving Zach his first start, Simon his first start, Tariq plays.
Will Wharton played.
Right. Tariq plays 20 minutes. And William plays 6 minutes. And so it's like, was that your goal? Was like, I'm gonna just sort of shake it all up and let it.
Yeah, we wanted size. If you understood what I did from the first lineup, it was Doug, and then it went 6'7", 6'8", 7 foot, 7 foot. So I went with length, and it bothered them before Bradshaw got into foul trouble.
Matt said that very thing, that he mentioned it a couple times, both in his radio interview and in here, that was something that he wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to be expecting that because we could put Fletcher Loyer in the post, and we could put Braden Smith in the post, and C.J. Cox. Either one of those guys in the post, and then we would have to play from there. And we hurt them before Bradshaw got into foul trouble.
Is that like, we were talking about the sort of emotional blueprint, the energy blueprint, is that a sign of the direction that you want to go?
Absolutely. We want to use our length and our size. That's one of the blessings that we have on this team, that you can put that type of length on the floor with Doug. And if Doug goes out of the game, then you go 6'5" all the way up. So that's that length that we can have to have an advantage on both ends of the floor.
What can you say about Simon at this point?
Simon is, man, incredible because he's learning on the fly, like literally learning on the fly, and he's going out there and giving it his heart and his soul to the game. He doesn't even understand all the plays. He's actually paying attention to what's going on and then getting into position. Because when we call a play, he doesn't understand, and then he sees the formation, and then he gets into it. So there's a lot of plays we can't call, but the ones that we have called, he knows, and then he gets into it. So to give that effort and then not understand everything, but just kind of have a visual of what he needs to see is really incredible.
Time for two more.
You mentioned just in the past about specific guys like who are some of your more talented ones not given the effort that you would like. When it comes to that group of individuals, what do you think of them tonight?
No, I was proud of Bradshaw. I was proud of Zach. I was proud of Doug's performance as well. Those guys have to show up for us every single night. You know, to be a top team, you got to have three guys, your three-headed monster, to show up every single night, whether it's rebounding, whether it's scoring, whether it's defense, and being leaders. And then the rest of those guys will follow.
And what does Aaron, to follow up on that, what does Aaron need to do to kind of get closer to what you feel he can become?
I think tonight was a great start. He just has to continue to watch film. I'll watch film with him tomorrow before the game. He definitely wants to be coached. He listens, and he'll apply it and just keep getting better. We just got to keep him out of foul trouble.